All right, we are live and linked to Facebook Live. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Emancipation Park Conservancy's Bridging the Gap Financial Literacy Program, sponsored by Veritas Bank and conducted in partnership with the National Association of Black Accountants Houston chapter. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we share timely information regarding the home buying process presented by our esteemed panel. My name is Dr. Mohammed Abdur Rashid, Program Manager and Partnership Liaison here at Emancipation Park Conservancy, and I will be your facilitator for today's webinar. Please note that this webinar is streaming live on Facebook and is also being recorded and will be made available after the event has ended. Also, please be sure to complete our program survey that will automatically pop up following the event. We'll also put the link in the chat area for your convenience. Since its inception in 2014, Emancipation Park Conservancy has served over 15,000 program and event participants and has reached over 200,000 globally. The Conservancy was formed to create a renewed cultural, learning, and recreational gathering place in the city of Houston. Our mission is to enhance Emancipation Park by preserving its integrity and enriching its heritage as a local, state, national, and international landmark. Our strategic outreach is focused in support of three program pillars: education, economic empowerment, and health and wellness. We would like to take a moment and thank our corporate sponsor, Veritex Community Bank, for sponsoring our financial management series. Today's webinar is the second of three financial empowerment sessions in this series. You can visit our YouTube channel at Emancipation Park Conservancy to view our first webinar and visit our website at www.epconservancy.org to register for upcoming events. We are delighted to have Ms. Courtney Taylor, Senior Vice President of Community Development, with us here today. Please help me welcome our sponsor as she shares information about Veritex Community Bank. Ms. Taylor?
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for having me again. Like you said, I'm Courtney Taylor with Veritex Community Bank. I'm so excited to be back with you all. This is our second year in a row that we have been partnering with Emancipation Park Conservancy for this Bridging the Gap series. And I'm just elated with all of the education that we have been able to assist with, from home buying to discussing credit and talking about budgeting. And we're just happy to be back again this evening. Veritex is one of the top 10 Texas-based banks with over about $10 billion in asset size. We are a community-based bank. We are based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but we have about 10 to 11 locations here in the Houston area. So please feel free to visit us and learn more about Veritex. We do a variety of things in the community. And like I said, we are back in partnership with Emancipation Park Conservancy tonight. We are excited, and this is going to be a wonderful first-time home buying workshop this evening. There will be so much information provided, so I hope you have your pens and your notebooks out, because it's going to be just wonderful. So thanks again for having me, and feel free, if you want to learn more about Veritex, visit www.veritexbank.com.
Thank you, Courtney and Veritex Community Bank, for your investment in our Bridging the Gap Financial Literacy Program. Next, I would like to introduce our strategic partner, Mr. Billy Williams, President of the National Association of Black Accountants Houston chapter. Please help me welcome our partner as he shares information about NABA. Mr. Williams?
All right, thank you very much. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be able to come again here. I was able to present a little bit on the first seminar that we held, and so we're happy to be able to partner again with Emancipation Park. This is definitely something that we look forward to every year, and continue to develop this partnership. The National Association of Black Accountants has been around since 1970 in the Houston office. We've been around since 1969 at a national level. And really, ultimately, goal is just trying to lift as we climb, as we continue to do what we can and grow within our career. We want to continue to give back to both the students and the community and try to overall improve on the wealth gap and to increase the number of Black professionals in the finance and the accounting arena. But we are not just for finance and accounting majors, we are for all business professionals. And so happy to be able to come again, to be able to partner with the organization. One of the things that we do, along with doing things related to financial literacy, we also give a number of scholarships to students who are trying to pursue careers in accounting, finance, and business. And so over the last 2 years, the organization has given over $300,000 in scholarships. The Houston chapter itself has given over $20,000 in scholarships. And so look forward to just doing what we can to improve our community and try to serve the community. And through these financial literacy campaigns is the way we like to do that as well. So I'm very happy to be a part of this group, a part of this organization. If you want to know more about NABA, you can go to www.nabahouston.org. Our national office is nabainc.org, but again, for the Houston chapter specifically, www.nabahouston.org. Look forward to speaking with everyone, and I know you're going to enjoy this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Billy and NABA, for your partnership in our Bridging the Gap Financial Literacy Program. In this evening's workshop, we will have 3 segments. The first will be led by Ms. Tammy Newton, Realtor at JPAR. She will be sharing great information about home buying 101 strategies and navigating the home buying process. The second segment will be led by Ms. Gretchen Grace, mortgage loan originator with Veritex Bank. She will be sharing great information about how to navigate the mortgage process. And in our final segment, Ms. Latasha Smith, Community Involvement Coordinator with the City of Houston, will share information on home buying programs available in the City of Houston. After the presentations, we will open the floor for questions. I also invite you to use the Q&A feature throughout the webinar. And for those of you streaming live on Facebook, please feel free to drop your questions in the comment section. We will endeavor to answer all questions. So without further ado, I will turn this over to Ms. Tammy Newton. Tammy, it's all yours.
Yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Just putting up my slides here. Good evening, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you for that awesome introduction. As he said, my name is Tammy Newton. I'm part of Team Newton Realtors. We are a husband and wife realtor team, and we service the greater Houston area. And tonight I'm just going to talk to you guys about, yes, you need a realtor. So your first time purchasing a home is a big decision. So you want to have someone on your side that's going to be able to help you navigate throughout the process. So tonight we're going to talk about, I'm going to introduce myself, and we're going to talk about why you need a realtor, the advantages of working with a realtor, some professional ethics and conducts of realtors, and your realtor is your advocate. So just a little bit about myself. It's my husband and myself. It's Edwin Newton and Tammy Newton. As I said, we're a husband and wife real estate team. We bring a wealth of knowledge and experience in the real estate industry. Whether you're buying or selling, you can trust that we would have your back. So in today's market, you want to be working with an agent that's knowledgeable about the neighborhood you're buying in, one that knows the market trends and has strong negotiation skills. And it's going to be key in making the home buying process easy for you. So, and here's myself, here's my background. I have 18 years of sales experience in marketing and sales. I'm a strong communicator, great interpersonal skills. I can get along with everyone, and I have experience in negotiations. And in the real estate industry, I'm working with first-time home buyers. I have experience listing homes for selling them, investment properties, and I also have my luxury sales designation. So let's talk about why you need a realtor. So a realtor is a licensed real estate agent who is also a member of the National Association of Realtors. So not every real estate agent is a realtor. To be a realtor, you have to join the National Association of Realtors. And in my opinion, it's important to have a realtor on your side during any real estate transaction. And you guys are going to be buying homes. But if you're listing a home, if you're buying property, investment property, you don't want to try to go through that process alone. It can be very stressful. Things come up all the time. And you don't want to not seek advice from a professional that's abreast of what's going on in the industry. So you always want someone that's going to be there and have your back. And that's what a realtor does in the home buying process. So there are some advantages of working with a realtor. I'm just going to touch on a few. I came up with several. Most people think when you're buying a home, oh, I don't want to hire a realtor because it's going to cost me too much money. Well, the good news is, as a buyer, there's no cost for you to hire a real estate agent to represent you on your behalf. So that's good. So you don't have to worry about, what costs are going to be associated with having an industry professional on your team. There's no cost to you as a buyer. Working with a realtor, we're going to be an expert guide, and we're going to offer objective information and opinions to you. We're going to be abreast of, what's popular in this neighborhood, all the bells, the whistles, the upgrades. If you're looking to buy in a particular neighborhood, we'll know the market trends and the schools. We'll be able to have all that expert knowledge available for you. And the most important thing, especially when you're buying a home for the first time, we'll be able to help you meet your home buying objectives while staying on budget. So, we'll be able to prospect homes that are in your target market and then in your price range so that you can stay on budget and get the house that you want while expanding your buying power. And then the last thing I want to say is the advantage of having a realtor is it will help expand your searching power. So you may be only looking in one little neighborhood, but there might be some other hidden gems out there, and having a realtor on your side will be able to find those exclusive properties that may be hidden to the just average everyday person. And then just some professional ethics and conducts. I get asked this a lot of times. A realtor is legally obligated to put their client first. So we're here to advocate for you. We don't work for the builders. We don't work for anyone else. We're working for you. So our obligation is to put your best interests first, and we will always do that. And also, I get asked about confidentiality. Whatever you tell your realtor, whatever we discuss is confidential. It's between you and I. So whatever you tell me, I have to keep that in strictest of confidence until the end of time. And then you want a realtor that's a licensed agent and that will be not misrepresent facts. So we're going to give you the facts, and we're not going to we're going to be and have the utmost of integrity when we're working with you. Okay. And then your realtor is your advocate. I said this before. So you're buying a home for the first time. You want to have someone that's going to negotiate for you, give you sound counseling and advice, solve problems. And believe me, problems come up when you're buying a home. And then you want to be able to tap into your realtor's network of industry professionals. So, those are just some of the things that your realtor would do on your behalf. So it's from the beginning of the home buying process through the end. We're going to be there for you, and we're going to advocate on your behalf. Let's see. And then here are my social media channels. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm also on TikTok for the younger people out there. I do have my contact information here. As I said, it's myself and my husband. His name is Edwin Newton. They're both of our emails and phone numbers are listed here. And you can reach out to me or my husband on social media or email. And then the last one, we look forward to helping you find your dream home. For all your home buying needs, reach out to Team Newton, and welcome to Home Sweet Home. I don't know if there's any questions. I think that's, let's see. So.
Thank you, Tammy. We're going to be holding questions until the end.
Okay, great.
Gretchen?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Grace, Mortgage Loan Officer at Veritex Community Bank. So thank you so much, first of all, for joining us this evening. I am trying to share my screen. We appreciate you being here, and I hope that you'll find this information beneficial. A little bit about me. I have been in the mortgage business for over 30 years. I work with everyone at all levels of home buying, from first-time home buyer to people retiring and maybe downsizing and everything in between. So I really do enjoy helping a first-time home buyer. It's kind of exciting to do that and help someone on that journey. So the first thing that we're going to go over with you tonight is kind of the basics of where to start. So how do you choose a lender? What do you look for? And that's what we're going to go over with you this evening. So we will get started. The mortgage lender is going to be any financial institution that can give you a mortgage loan. So that's going to be a bank, a credit union, mortgage brokers. A good place to start is always might be where you do your banking, or say referrals from your realtor or friends. And once you do that, I'll let you know what kind. This presentation is actually going to give you some good advice on how to make those choices. So the first thing your realtor is probably going to want, as well as the seller, and also for you, you don't want to waste your time not knowing what amount you can be pre-qualified for. So the pre-qualification process is just where you call a lender, you give them your basic information about income, assets, credit, and any debts you might have. And we give you a ballpark based on that information of how much we think we can lend to you. That's a great way to get started. It's a great way to see who you might gel with when you're calling people on the phone. You can do it online, but for that initial contact, I think maybe you should call people, because that's how you're going to know who you're going to work with the best, and it'll help you make the best choice for you moving forward. Now, the next step after that is the pre-approval. The pre-approval's a lot more solid information because what we're going to do is ask you to document your information. We may ask for a paycheck stub, maybe a bank statement, and then we'll pull your credit. So that gives the seller and your realtor a comfort level that you can do what you would like to do, that you make that offer on the house, and we're saying, yes, based on the basic information we have, we believe we'll be able to lend to this person. So those are the benefits of the pre-approval. It makes your offer stronger when you're going in to look at a house and make that potential offer. And it also gives you some peace of mind that you've taken the initial steps to go ahead and get your final approval once that process is done. Finding a lender, I've already kind of touched on that a little bit. You can go online to lead services like LendingTree and Bankrate. I will say that you're going to get, calls from 20 different lenders. So it's a good way to look and see what's out there, but I will warn you that you're going to get a lot of phone calls if you do that. Mortgage brokers are independent mortgage lenders. They're licensed, and they have the authority to work with several different financial institutions, and they can shop all of those multiple lenders to find the best product for you. Financial institution would be like where we work, Veritex Bank or a credit union. And then a non-bank mortgage lender, it's almost the same as a broker. Well, they're kind of in the middle. They're a little bit of a mortgage broker and a little bit of a financial institution. They have their own money to lend, and they do everything in-house pretty much like a bank does. So what you want to consider when you're choosing a lender are different loan options. You want to ask what's available to you and what you might qualify for. You can look at the APR. The APR is an annual percentage rate, which is what your interest rate would be on an annualized rate once your closing costs are factored in. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about that this evening, but anyone can call me with questions on these things at any time. Closing costs and other fees, those are important because plenty of people will have a different rate, and it might be because sometimes a lower rate means higher fees. So you want to ask those questions. Quality of customer service, very important. Like I said, that you have someone who's responsive to your needs. Communication, same as the responsiveness, and whether or not the bank will service your loan. So what that means is once the loan is closed, who are you going to make your payments to, and does that make a difference to you? So you also want to be able to contact someone to find out and ask them, what their preference is for communication with you. Do they want phone calls? Do you want to meet in person? Do you prefer email or text? It really shouldn't be up to the lender as to how you want to communicate. It should be up to you. You tell them your preferences and just, make sure that the lender is in sync with you on that. You want to know how long the process takes. You want to know that before you make an offer on a house, because you will have to write that timing into the contract. So you're going to want to know, is it 30 days or do you need 45 or 60 days? You want to know what fees you're going to be responsible for at closing. Can you waive any of them can you waive any of the fees or include them in the mortgage? You want to know your down payment requirements, which can be as low as 3%, by the way. And you want to know if e-closings are offered. They're not very common in Texas right now. You're probably going to have to go close your loan at a title company. The basic types of loans are fixed rate mortgages, adjustable rate mortgages, interest only, which are not very common as well anymore, and government guaranteed mortgages. Most first-time home buyers, in my experience, are going to opt either for government guaranteed or a fixed rate conventional mortgage. If you need more information on the adjustables, happy to discuss those with you. Just in my professional opinion, I don't think they're the best for a first-time home buyer. So I'd be happy to discuss the differences between the conventional fixed rate mortgage and the government guaranteed mortgages. If you're a veteran, the VA loan is definitely the best loan for you. I can say that, and that's one of the government-backed mortgages. Conventional mortgages do have low down payments now. We have as low as 3% for first-time home buyers. There are loans for fixer-uppers. At Veritex, the only one we have is going to be a 20% down, although there are FHA programs out there with less down. And then there are also loans for manufactured housing, if that's what you're interested in. Again, the annual percentage rate includes the cost to close plus your interest rate. So your APR is almost always going to be higher than the interest rate. So you can say it's important to look at it. I think it's more important just to get a breakdown of those closing costs with the interest rate so you can compare apples to apples when you're looking at lenders. Points. Points are a percentage of the loan amount that you are charged at closing to buy your rate down. Typically, buyers don't pay points. Every now and then you'll get someone who will, or sometimes a seller as part of negotiation may pay points to get you a better interest rate, although when the market's as hot as it's been, that's not very common, but it is something that's available to you if you want to inquire about that. Loan amortization is strictly the payment installments. So the amortization means it's how many payments it's going to take to pay off that loan, and what portion goes to principal, what portion goes to interest. In the beginning of the loan, especially if you take a 30-year, most of your payment's going to go to interest, and then it varies as your payments evolve. Private mortgage insurance. Now you're going to pay private mortgage insurance anytime you have less than 20% down. Any lender should always be willing to let you know what that amount is going to be. On a conventional loan, it's going to be a monthly amount in your payment. On an FHA loan, it's going to be a financed amount plus a monthly, and it's all based on your loan amount and how much you're putting down. So those amounts vary, and they do decrease with the more you put down. The mortgage payment is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The taxes and insurance for first-time home buyers are going to be escrowed. What that means is that the lender is going to pay your property taxes and your insurance for you on an annual basis. You'll put 1/12 of that payment into your mortgage payment, and we'll pay the bills when they become due. And I believe that is the end of our presentation here. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them when everyone is finished. And thank you very much for your time.
Excellent. Gretchen, thank you. Up next, we have Latasha Smith with the City of Houston.
All right. Let me just share my screen. All right. My name is Latasha Smith. I am with the City of Houston Housing and Community Development. Today, I will be talking about 3 down payment assistance programs. You will have access to this PowerPoint, but please bear in mind that the program guidelines and program websites are definitive sources for information. So you can go to our website at any time and get more information about this program. Let's get started. So by the end of this presentation, you would have learned about the 3 Homebuyers Assistance Program, have basic understanding of the program benefits and eligibility, know where to go to, and also know where to go to find this information. So the first program that we will go over is the Harvey Homebuyers Assistance Program. So what is the Harvey Homebuyers Assistance Program? It offers up to $30,000 to income qualified Houstonians who are first-time home buyers or replacing a home that was damaged during Hurricane Harvey. This assistance is no interest forgivable loan secured by a lien during a 5-year affordability period. The no interest loan is forgiven if the buyer lives in the home for 5 years. If the buyer sells or moves out the home before the end of the 5 years, they will have to pay back the city for the portion of the original loan amount, depending on how long they lived in the home. Okay, so now we're going to go over the eligibility for this particular program. And it is 7 major things that you need to answer. The first question, are you a citizen or permanent resident? Number 2, which is a major one that separates this one from all the rest, you had to live in Houston during the time of Hurricane Harvey, which was August 25th. If you do not know if you are living in Houston during that time, we have a website right here, as you can see, a mapping tool. All you have to do is put your information in there, your address, and it will let you know if you were living in Houston during the time of the hurricane. The third one, are you a first-time home buyer or did you lose your home during Hurricane Harvey? Number four, are you willing to attend an 8-hour HUD-approved educational course? Number five, are you able to obtain a fixed rate mortgage from a lender? Number six, is your household income at or below 120% area median income? In a few slides, I have a table of this so you can get a better look at what this looks like and what the amounts look like. The last one, are you not a registered sex offender? Going to the next one, sorry. Okay, this is the address verification, just briefly going over this. Right here, if you put your address here, what will come up? If you are eligible, it will be in yellow. If you are not, just like you see Hunters Creek Village, you will not be eligible for this particular program if you are in the gray area. So the next one, Homebuyers Educational Course. On our website, there is a list of all agencies that offer this course. You can go to our website to get more information about that. Household income must be at 120% area median income. The income is for everyone in the household. If you lived in Houston during Hurricane Harvey, you can make up to 120% AMI. If you did not live in Houston during the Hurricane Harvey, you can still apply for one of the programs, but the difference is your income must be at 80% area income to qualify for that particular program. Moving forward, this information also will be given to you if you have any questions regarding this particular program, the Harvey Homebuyers Assistance Program. You can definitely go to our website. We also have a number that you can call for status updates. And if you would like to email us, you're more than welcome to do so as well. So the next program that we will be talking about is Homebuyers Choice Program. The Homebuyers Choice Program provides the financial assistance that can help necessarily cover the cost of home ownership, such as a mortgage, contract price of the home, including land and improvements, and closing costs. The Homebuyers Choice Program has 2 subsidy tiers for eligible homes based on the property's address. The first tier, the home is located in A or B rated school zones, and you'll be eligible to receive up to $150,000 towards the purchase of the eligible property. Tier 2, household purchasing in other areas are eligible to receive up to $100,000 towards the purchase of the eligible property. If you want to see if the property that you're looking at is in the A or B rated school, you can click on this side and put the address, and it will let you know if you're in those particular zones. All right. As I mentioned earlier, the Homebuyers Choice Program is a partnership with the Houston Community Land Bank. What does that mean? For a property purchase, the Houston Community Land Trust will own and hold the land beneath the home purchase in trust. This does not mean that your client is a tenant. The home buyer will have full use over the land and home and are responsible for any improvements, repairs for the entire time they reside in the home. If you decide to sell your home, the program structure makes sure that the property will be affordable to future generations of low and moderate income home buyers as well. They will also be able to pass the home down through inheritance. Some of the eligibility for this particular program is the same as the Harvey Homebuyers program, but I will highlight those things that are different, the eligibility that is different. The first one is number 3. You must be able to maintain at least $1,000 in savings for use after closing. Number 4, you must obtain a $70,000 in finance. In other words, a mortgage or personal saving towards your home's purchase. Number 6, you must attend a Houston Community Land Trust or session. I'm sorry. In the last slide, I mentioned that that this class is available. You can go online to learn more about that. Also, number 7, the AMI is of 80% or lower. I'll show you what that looks like again on the next slide. Number 8, you cannot be a homeowner at the time of purchase. Briefly going over the ground lease for this particular program, you must use the home as a full-time and primary residence. You must do all repairs and maintain the property. Inheritance rights of non-direct heirs or spouses limited to income qualified inheritors. If ready to sell, you must notify Houston Community Land Trust, which has first rights to the refusal on the property. The home must be sold to another income qualified buyer. And like you saw before on Harvey Homebuyers Assistance Program, the information for that, this is must be at or below 80% area median income. And as you see, this is the numbers. These numbers are updated through HUD every year. So these are the numbers that you will see. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to definitely talk to me more about it. Okay, home eligibility for this particular program. Just briefly going over certain things on this chart that stands out. The eligible homes are single family. They do not include cooperative units, condos, or manufactured homes. It must be in the city of Houston, must be eligible for to pay taxes to the city and Harris County. The home itself must be in ready move-in condition, and the home must not be in the floodplain or the 100-year floodplain. It also can't be in the 500-year floodplain unless fully compliant with the flood ordinance. So if you have more questions, I'll definitely go over that a little bit more, the eligibility for this particular program. Once again, this is the information. If you have information, if you want additional information about the Homebuyers Choice program, you can go to our website, as well as give us a call at this particular number, as well as give us email, shoot us an email at any time, and someone will respond. The last but not least program that we have is the new home development program. The new home development program provides newly structured, affordable single-family homes for low and moderate income households and home buyers. The traditional purchase option. The purchase of a home with up to $50,000 in assistance, and that is depending on the final price of the home. The home you will own the land under the home, and the group that we partner with is Houston Land Bank. To get more information about this particular program, you can go to our website, as well as if you want to see the listings of the different homes that are available now, you can go to our website and see that information. Just in summary, this particular slide compares every single program that I spoke of today. Like I stated, the information that was given today is not limited to what is on the slides. If you want more information, please visit our website at any time, or you can call us at our main number, 832-394-6200, and you can ask for any division within our department. And also, just a brief overview, we also just launched a Homebuyers Hub. This is the website for it. It breaks down the different programs, and if you have any additional information, you can call the number and they will give you directly to that particular program division, and you can get more information. So that is all that I have. I thank you so much for allowing us to use your platform to get this information out about our different programs. Thank you.
Latasha, thank you very much for a wonderful presentation with a lot of information in it. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen here in a moment. So first, I'd like to thank all of our presenters for such great information and great resources. We will now open the floor for questions. Please use the Q&A feature located at the bottom of the screen and the Zoom toolbar. For those of you streaming live on Facebook, please feel free to ask your questions through the comment section. We'll be sure to ask our guest speakers. So we're going to begin with questions. We've been receiving questions throughout the presentation. My colleague has been sending questions over from Facebook. So I have a list of questions to get started with. The first question I'm going to throw over to Tammy, and that question being, how do realtors negotiate on your behalf?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what part of the process she's asking about, but in contracts, we discuss your offer, or we put your offer in with the other agent, and then we negotiate, that with them as well. What else? Did she say specifically which part of the process? I'm not sure.
So the person was making reference to a part of your slide presentation. You're saying that one of the things that was good about having a realtor is that the realtor negotiates for you. And I guess the person was looking to get more clarification on what that meant.
Okay, yes. So yeah, there's a few things that come up throughout the process. It could be whether it's putting your offer in. It could be your earnest money, the time of that you have to put the number of days before the contract is executed. There are several different steps that we can go in and negotiate. It could also be in the price of the home, getting if there's anything that needs to be fixed when you've done your inspection, we can negotiate that as well. There's several different things that could be. So yeah, all kinds of.
Got you. A couple of more questions, but I'll just throw one more to you, Tammy, before I go to some of the others. Another question that came in was, do you recommend first-time home buyers buy a single-family home or a multi-family home when they're getting started?
Both are good. It depends on what their needs are for their family, and your family size. But there's no advantage to one over the other. I would just say it would have to depend on what their family's needs are.
Got you. Thank you. Gretchen, a couple of questions for you. We'll start with the first one. It says, what's considered a good interest rate in this market?
Well, I will say this, interest rates are going to vary somewhat based on your credit score and your down payment. However, there are first-time down payment programs with the 3% down that actually have a better interest rate than if you went the regular conventional route with a 5 or 10% down. So what I'm seeing right now, if you have good credit and say that 3% down payment program as an example, it's running about 3% on a 30-year fix, 3%, 3.1. I'll tell you the truth, I have not looked at the 15-year rate today because no one had asked about it, but that's going to be running in the high 2s. Typically, you're going to go with the 30-year if you're a first-time home buyer, but you can expect somewhere around 3, and I'm seeing some are ticking up a little bit to 3.1, 3.2, but I don't think you'd pay anything over about 3.25 right now.
That's really good to know. I have another question for you. You had mentioned with regard to the different type of mortgages that you don't necessarily recommend adjustable rate mortgages for first-time home buyers. And the person who submitted the question wanted to know why, and if there were ever any circumstances where you would recommend adjustable rate mortgage.
Actually, I would. Adjustable rate mortgages, I don't recommend the annual adjustable rate mortgage for sure, the one that changes every single year, not to a first-time home buyer. I just think that is, it sets you up for payment changes too often. And when you're just getting into home ownership, I just don't think that instability is good for people that are buying their first home. Now, if you are a person who feels relatively sure that you won't be in the house for, say, more than 5 years, either you bought a small starter home and maybe you're family planning, maybe you have a job where you get transferred a lot. Those would be the type of situations where I might want to go over with you a 5-1 or a 7-1 or a 10-1 arm. And what those are, they're called hybrids. They're fixed for a period of either 5, 7, or 10 years before they start to adjust. So the thinking on those is, if you, like I said, if you feel relatively certain that you will not be in the property when it gets to that adjustment period, because after that fixed rate period is over, it will start to adjust annually, then you may want to look at them because you will have a lower start rate on those. So you can save money during that fixed rate period on those adjustables.
All right, excellent, thank you. We have some questions for Latasha, and the first question is a clarification question. The caller wanted to know, can you explain what are A and B school zones? Latasha, you're on mute.
I'm sorry about that. A and B school zones are in particular areas such as Acres Home, different Third Ward. Those are main areas that we are trying to make sure that people are able to have new homes in. So if you put your address in and it's in those homes, then they will qualify for Tier 1. It's certain areas, and if you go along with the mayor, the five communities, such as Acres Home, Third Ward, Fifth Ward, those areas, those are the areas that we are focusing on.
Got you. 2 questions came in from Facebook, and they're kind of tied in together, so I kind of wanted to throw them at you at the same time. The first one is, do you have to be a resident in the state at the time that you apply for one of the programs? This person is looking at relocating to Houston from North Carolina. And then the other question is, if you're on the Houston Housing Authority program as a renter, can you still get assistance with purchasing a home through the city of Houston?
Okay, so the first question that you answered, if someone is living outside of Houston currently, and they're looking to move out here. You wouldn't qualify for the Harvey Homebuyers Assistance Program. However, we do have another Homebuyers Assistance Program where I mentioned it earlier. It would be based on the 80% AMI versus the 120% AMI, but the program is open to anyone that wants to move into the great city of Houston.
All right, fantastic. And what about the person who's currently renting, receiving like housing assistance through the Houston Housing Authority program? Can they receive assistance to purchase a home?
Yes. One thing about the program is that we encourage those individuals that are looking to better themselves, to make better decisions for their family. If they decide they are working towards the goal of being a homeowner, they are more than welcome to apply for our assistance and the grant. So if they are a part of Section 8 or any other program, they're more than welcome to participate in our programs.
Excellent. Thank you, Latasha. Tammy, I have a question here that I received for you. It says, given the current market conditions, what are some good buying strategies?
The first thing I would say is you also, when you're ready to buy, have your budget in mind. And then when you decide on your realtor, make sure your realtor and you get your pre-approval amount so we know exactly what your budget is. I would also like to recommend with, excuse me, I missed her name now. She mentioned that you want to know how soon your lender can close so that when we put your offer together, we know whether to make that a 30-day to close or if we need additional time in that manner, because all that can make your offer stand out when we do present it to the sellers. And those are just a few things I could think of.
Excellent. Thank you. Gretchen, I have a question for you here, and it says, it asks, are 203K loans worth it?
203K is that FHA renovation loan that I had mentioned earlier when the slide talked about the renovation loans. I'll say this, I haven't done them myself in many years. I used to do a lot of them in New Orleans, which is where I started my career. It's where I'm from. And it was kind of a mixed bag. I had some people that really just felt like it was a lot to take on, particularly first-time home buyers. What you do is you get the renovation money, the lender holds it. So you've got to be able to work with contractors that will take only a portion of the money or no money in plenty of cases, unless the program has changed since I last did it. Do the work and be willing to wait for the inspection. So the lender has to do an inspection and then they release what we call a draw, which is a portion of the money that covers that portion of the work they've done. So, I mean, I think it's good in the sense that if that's your goal and you really want to buy a home that you can renovate to your own specifications, it is good because you get everything in one package rather than buying a home and then trying to get another loan to do the renovation. Also, the lender helps you a lot because they're going to do those inspections and they're going to make sure things are done correctly, you know, before that contractor can move on to the next phase. So I think you just have to be the kind of person who's willing to go through that process because it's much different than buying a house that you're just going to be able to move into. Even if you buy a home that needs cosmetic updates or minor updates, it's, you know, you can do that at your leisure rather than a total renovation like the 203K. But I mean, if that's your goal, it is to renovate something, like I said, to your specifications. I mean, I think it is a good way to do it. It's labor intensive, but it's a good way to do it. Yes.
So it sounds like for a 203K loan, you have to be knowledgeable, detail oriented, and patient.
I would definitely say that. And they will not let you, I mean, it may depend on the lender. I know the lenders I worked for never allowed you to be your own contractor. The program had some problems with that. So you do need to get a general contractor instead of subbing it out on your own, you know, hiring independent electricians and plumbers and carpenters and things like that. So.
Got it. Due to time constraints, we have more questions, but we're just going to take 2 more questions. And this one is for Gretchen. This came in from Facebook. And the question is, can student loans hinder you from getting a mortgage?
They can. I'll say this, even if they're in deferment, the guidelines require that we take 1% of the loan balance and use that as the monthly payment, unless you have something from the student loan lender telling you what those payments are going to be. So don't think because you're not making payments that doesn't factor into it, because it does. So what it affects is your debt to income ratio. So what we do is we take all of your monthly debts, your car payments, credit cards, student loan payments, and any other loans you might have, not utilities, not cell phones or things like that, installment debt and revolving debt. We're going to take those monthly payments, divide that into your monthly income, and we come up with a debt to income ratio. So if your payments aren't too high, it won't stop you from getting a loan. But it could decrease the amount you qualify for based on how much those monthly payments are, because that is going to go into your total debt to income ratio. And we do have a percentage that we need to adhere to get you approved. Understood.
Last question. This one is also from Facebook, and this is for Latasha. And this pertains to the different programs that you mentioned. It says, can you sell, when you're ready to sell your home, can you sell the home for market value?
For market value, no. Depending on which program you went into, you will not be able to sell it for market value. It must be at the point of where it's resellable for low to moderate income families. So unfortunately, if depending on the program, now Harvey Homebuyers program is totally different from the other programs. The other programs have certain stipulations that you could only sell at a certain rate. But the Harvey Homebuyers program, you can sell, that's your home. So you can sell it, but if you're selling your home before the 5 years is up, you just need to know that if those 5 years are not up, you have to pay the city back for that portion that you did not live in that home for that 5 years. So it doesn't matter about that. It depends on the program that you're under.
Right. Excellent. Well, with there being no more questions, we would like to thank you for participating in today's webinar. We'd also like to take time again to thank our sponsor, Veritex Community Bank, and their support for our Bridging the Gap financial literacy program. We also like to thank our strategic partner, the National Association of Black Accountants, Mr. Billy Williams is president. And we would also like to thank our presenters, Ms. Newton, Ms. Grace, and Ms. Smith. Thank you so much for sharing such wonderful information with our audience. For more information on Veritas Bank services, please contact the bank via the information above. You have the website as well as the address for social media. For more information on the National Association of Black Accountants and how to contact Mr. Williams, you can do so via the contact information on your screen. If you'd like more information about buying a home, you can contact Ms. Newton via her contact information on the screen. And for if you would like more information about Veritex Community Bank's mortgage services or how to book a consultation with Ms. Grace, you can contact her by phone, email, or directly through the contact information on our screen. Additionally, if you would like more information about the City of Houston's first-time homebuyer programs that were mentioned today, as well as any other services that are available through the City of Houston, you can contact Ms. Smith by phone, email, or directly through the contact information listed on our screen. We at Emancipation Park Conservancy hope that you are able to walk away more enlightened with new information, more empowered by tips, tricks, and techniques, and more equipped with resources to become more homebuyer savvy. Once the webinar has concluded, please be sure to complete the survey that will pop up automatically on your screen, or click the survey link in the chat area. To learn more about our Bridging the Gap Financial Literacy Program and other upcoming programs and events, please be sure to visit our website at epconservancy.org and follow us on all social media platforms, and subscribe and share with your network. Thank you again for attending today's webinar. We look forward to seeing you for our upcoming credit event on December 7th. Everyone, thank you so much for your time this evening and for your contributions to the health, wellness, and financial education of our community. I look forward to seeing you all again. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too. Everybody be safe.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good job, everyone.